They say trust is the foundation of every relationship, but what happens when the person you trust the most is the one who destroys you? This is Ella's story, a story of betrayal she never saw coming. The scene opens in a cozy cafe where Ella and her best friend Sophia are laughing over coffee. Their bond seems unbreakable, as Ella describes Sophia as her rock and confidant, someone she has trusted since they were children. Ella and Sophia riding bikes as kids, sharing secrets during sleepovers, and standing by each other during life's challenges. Ella thought their bond was unshakable. They were like sisters, bound by a shared history of trust and loyalty. For years, Sophia was the one Ella could count on until everything changed. Ella excitedly shares that she landed her dream job at a prestigious marketing firm. Sophia's congratulations feel genuine at first, but there's a flicker of something else: hesitation, or maybe envy. Ella brushes it off, assuming Sophia is simply worried their time together might decrease. Little does she know, this moment marks the start of cracks forming in their friendship. As weeks pass, Ella notices Sophia's behavior shift. Sophia starts making passive-aggressive remarks about Ella's new job, sarcastically calling her a big shot. She avoids phone calls and cancels plans last minute. Ella tries to rationalize Sophia's actions, thinking it's just stress or personal struggles. But a nagging feeling of unease starts to settle in the back of her mind. At a mutual friends party, Sophia makes an offhand comment about Ella being too big for her britches now. The remark stings, but Sophia laughs it off as a joke. Ella tries to confront her, but Sophia shrugs and changes the subject. For the first time, Ella begins questioning whether their friendship is as strong as she believed. Ella, eager to share her excitement, tells Sophia about an idea she's preparing for a major pitch at work. The campaign is groundbreaking, and Sophia seems genuinely impressed, even taking notes. "That's brilliant," Sophia says, her eyes lighting up with interest. Ella doesn't think twice about sharing every detail, confident that her best friend has her back. A few days later, Ella walks into her office, only to hear her boss announce an anonymous submission for a campaign idea, the very idea Ella had shared with Sophia. Shocked and confused, Ella tries to piece together what happened. Her heart sinks as the realization hits her. She suspects Sophia but doesn't want to believe it. Later that evening, Ella invites Sophia to her apartment. Sitting across from her, Ella struggles to keep her composure. "Did you send my idea to my boss?" she asks, her voice trembling. Sophia hesitates before snapping, "You always get everything, Ella. The job, the recognition. I was tired of living in your shadow." The confession feels like a punch to the gut. Ella stares at Sophia in disbelief as the person she thought was her closest ally walks out the door, unapologetic. Left alone, Ella sits on the couch, replaying the confrontation in her mind. The silence in the room is deafening, and tears stream down her face as she realizes the depth of the betrayal. At work, the stolen idea tarnishes Ella's reputation, forcing her to work twice as hard to prove herself. Word of Sophia's betrayal spreads among their mutual friends. One by one, people distance themselves from her. Sophia loses the trust and respect she once had. Ella doesn't seek revenge, but she can't help but feel a sense of poetic justice as Sophia faces the consequences of her actions. Ella begins therapy to process the betrayal and reflect on her relationships. She realizes she often ignored red flags in her friendship with Sophia. "Trust is fragile," Ella says to her therapist, "and once it's broken, it's nearly impossible to mend." Determined to move forward, Ella focuses on her career and starts building new, healthier friendships. She learns to value herself and set boundaries, vowing never to ignore her intuition again.
Months later, Sophia reaches out, asking to meet. With hesitation, Ella agrees. Sophia tearfully apologizes, admitting she let jealousy cloud her judgment. Ella listens, but remains guarded. "I forgive you," Ella says, "but I can't let you back into my life." Ella walks away from the meeting feeling a weight lifted off her shoulders. Forgiving Sophia isn't about reconciliation, it's about freeing herself from the pain of the betrayal. Ella reflects on her journey. "Betrayal hurts," she says, "but it can also be a catalyst for growth. Losing Sophia was painful, but it taught me to value myself more. Sometimes, losing someone is the best way to find yourself." The screen fades to black as Ella smiles, walking into the future with confidence.